Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today I've got another weekly planning routine video for you, so I will be walking you through all the steps in my functional planners that I use to get all set up for the week ahead. I have my MakseLife quarterly companion notebooks right here on top, which I will be using to break down my January goals and set up my weekly action items, as well as reflect and close out a few things from last week. I've also got my Erin Condren Daily Duo, which is my daily planner. You will probably get to see me set up for both Monday and Tuesday in this video. Monday is a holiday. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and the kids are off school. My husband's off work. So a lot of the things that I usually do on Sunday, I will be handling on Monday, like some of the meal planning and grocery shopping and things like that we use to get set up for the week. So with that in mind, you will probably get to see me set up Monday and Tuesday in here. It's actually Sunday night as I am filming this, as I am just jumping into my planners and getting set up. I used to do a lot more of my weekly setup on Friday while the kids were still in school, but lately that's been migrating into the weekend, which as long as it works for me, it's totally fine. And right now that's working for me. As long as I have it done before Monday, we are all good. And this week with the holiday weekend, if my weekly overview is not complete by Monday morning, that's totally fine. I will also have Monday to catch up on that. Monday is a bit of an unusual day this week because of the holiday. As you may notice, I have this other planner on my desk. This is the MakseLife Flagship Horizontal. I used this about 2 weeks ago. I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to do it again. If you don't know, I'm kind of planner hopping for my weekly spread. I have my Daily Duo, which is an Erin Condren Daily Planner, and I use this every single day. And then I also have my MakseLife, my goal setting planner, and I use this every week. And these are like my end caps, my always planners. And then for the part in the middle, the weekly overview spread, my plan, at least for the beginning part of the year, is to mix it up and keep planner hopping and switching and trying out all different fun styles and layouts. And I'm really excited to plan in this horizontal layout again. I am just like loving horizontal planning right now, which is honestly so shocking because this is like the first time I've ever used a horizontal planner. And I actually have another horizontal planner, a different layout than this, that I also can't wait to try out. So stay tuned for that. But this week I'll be using this again. I've pulled like a bunch of different random stickers, and then I also have this one page from a journaling kit from Hello Petite Paper called Winter Cabin that I plan to use in here as well, and also some really fun washies and different stuff. So we'll see that in a little bit, but for right now, I'm gonna hop in with my MakseLife and get going on my weekly actions and weekly reflections, and also just close out a couple of things from last week. Step one is I need to take out my first quarterly companion notebook, which is this cloud color one, which says just begin again and again. That is why I went with that one first. I also have my weekly overview spread from last week. Last week I used the Erin Condren hourly planner because I was like really focused on time blocking and like setting timers to help me remember to take some stretch breaks during the day. And it worked super well. It went really well. I'm not going to use this planner again this week, but I am going to like bring some of that timer energy forward and do that again for the week ahead. Just taking a look at my habits here. It's not bedtime yet on Sunday, but I set the timers 4 out of the 5 days that I meant to. And honestly, on that Thursday, I was like pretty active in the morning anyway, so I'm not really stressed about not having set the timer. I didn't take that last one. And then I just got caught up. I just got caught in a really good book, and I ended up reading like the whole afternoon and not really doing very much on Thursday, but it's totally fine. I'm pretty sure that I got almost everything on my list for this week done, but we can take a look. My entire weekly task list over here is all checked up except for one thing. Now it's all checked off except for one thing, because I did do that last thing as well, although now it's a little bit up in the air again. But anyway, I did it is the important part. So here were my weekly actions from last week. I have not opened this since I set them at the beginning of the week. I used my sidebar and like all of the things that I schedule into my weekly overview, and I don't typically pull this out again until the end of the week to check in with it. I like to do the reflections on Friday. That way, if there's anything I need to take care of over the weekend or anything that I want to be aware of. I didn't get to it this Friday, but that's okay. Again, I'm pretty sure that I took care of almost everything on my list for this week. So I definitely got my scheduling stuff in. I was able to check in with the monthly. We have had so much plans and been very busy this weekend, and we've got plans all day tomorrow as well. This is like kind of half done. I'll give myself a half credit for getting ahead with the filming. I just had like a pretty productive week. Did not do this, which was I wanted to take some stuff from the basement to do donations. I didn't do that. It's all piled up, and I will do it, but I did not do it this week. I did this, we did our volunteering thing and our PTA, and I did a really good job with all of my routines and everything. So again, this was just a really good week where I just got like a lot of really tangible tasks done. I think the big win for this week is we got that ski trip booked and all scheduled, paid for. I've already started shopping for kids' ski clothes. It's gonna be the first time that my little ones have gone skiing. I'm so excited for this. And this relates to like my annual goals, where we're gonna probably take a big family trip over spring week, but we were trying to do more like mini vacations and adventures, and this one in particular, I'm so excited for this. I love skiing, and I have not been since I was pregnant with since like before I was pregnant with my oldest, and she's 6, and the kids haven't been, but my big 2 are old enough to ski now, so I am really excited. So my husband is actually we're staying at like a resort place where they have like the indoor water park and like all the kids activities and stuff like that. So my husband is gonna hang back with the baby. He can take her to like the kids activities there on the day that we're going skiing. So we'll all do like family together at the water park one day, and then I'm gonna take the big kids skiing the other day. So I'm really, really excited for this. And we got them lessons and everything too. Yeah, so things that are working. New to this list, that whole timers, like setting reminders in the morning to like get up and get away from my desk or switch tasks, was actually extremely helpful. And I definitely wanna do that again this week, but maybe I'm not going to schedule them out like the whole week like I did last week. I'll schedule them just the day before and see if that works. If it doesn't, maybe I'll do another week in the weekly overview. While I really loved using the Erin Condren Hourly, I do feel like it was a little bit repetitive with the Daily Duo, and I do, even though I use so many different planners and so many different things, I try not to do like a duplication that feels repetitive between the planners. I've got enough going on that I can use all of these planners and find them functional and not repetitive. It's literally, I feel like my planners are just like a map of my brain, and then I don't have to remember anything inside my head. It's all down on paper. But just other than that, like the same things that have been working, the routines, the daily clean is actually going really, really well. Not eating. Yeah, I mean, just in general, a lot of things are going really well. Nothing is like going super poorly right now. I think it's just like we haven't hit the right balance of like evening activity times. How many days a week do I want to do planning or YouTube stuff? How many days do I want to try and spend with my husband versus like reading books, watching TV, whatever. So anyway, just the balance between the various evening activities is not quite in sync yet. For the timer check, I'm just gonna put that I did it 4 out of 5 days, and that it worked super well. So for the lessons, I just wrote, sometimes taking away an excuse is a powerful motivator to change, because like one of my big things was I wanted to just like get up and move more during the day, like take some stretch breaks, get away from my desk for a minute, especially on the days when all 3 kids are at school and like I'm mostly working. But I felt like I was always using the excuse like, oh, I get too focused on what I'm doing, which I do have like a very tendency to get like very tunnel vision about stuff, and then I would just not remember to do it. So the timers were the reminder, and it worked really well this week. Jotting down a few quick things about the week, and I'm gonna add a pop of color to this, and then we can set up my intentions for next week. Okay, and I did just color code those according to the MakseLife life areas. So now we're ready to go on to the following week. I'm gonna grab my stickers, and I think I might just use the transparent ones this week, mix it up, see how that works. It's week 3, and we are here. I skipped the December 31st and Jan 1st, or the December 26th to Jan 1st week, and I counted the week after that as the first week of the year. So I am not, my count may be off from how you counted, just depended on when you start, but that was like winter break, and I just took that week off, like honestly almost completely from planning. That was like full vacation mode week. So I'm gonna change up how I do this week. I'm gonna put the week 3 like that. Okay, I'm gonna start with work and learning, because there's a couple of things going on next week that I already know about. So first and foremost, I have a blog draft due on Wednesday. Then that is for like my regular industry freelance work. And then I'm gonna make myself my little dotted divider line, put in my social media stuff for the week. So I'm just taking a look at my monthly goals, my January goals, and then I have my class is meeting this week, so I want to do the work for that. I feel like I have a million follow-ups that I need to do, like email at inventory. So I'm just gonna actually just gonna zoom you in there for a second so you can see a little bit better. But basically I have my freelance project and then like my class and then just a bunch of follow-ups and email inventory and check-ins that I need to do. So very full there, but nothing like too major aside from like the class and any work and the blog, which are the two main things. Okay, let's go over to financial because we've got a quarterly tax payment due. This is for sure a thing that I've missed before and do not want to do it again. Now let me swing back over. Oh, I did actually set this up. That'll be this week. We're waiting on our account transfer stuff and I don't have any tax information to collect yet. So we're good. The other thing that I want to do is I did some planner shopping, not like planners, but sticker shopping this weekend with the Ultimate Planner sale. I'm not like mad about it at all. It had been a really long time since I bought any stickers and I'm actually really excited. I tried a couple of new shops and stuff, but I want to make sure I update my financial tracker that I made for my planners. Then down in physical environment, we've got to follow up on the basement quote. Again, we have like another new basement quote. If you don't know, we are trying to finish our basement and it's been a lot of back and forth. And then I also have my 2 habits, which I'm going to put at the bottom because there was something else that I was thinking that I literally just forgot. The 2 habits are no food in the car. That's been going really well. If it continues to go like as well this week, I think I'll probably stop writing it down. I don't like to keep writing the same habits that I'm doing with no problem in my planner every week. I don't find that helpful. And then the daily clean, which I will leave in for a while because I do plan to add to that, but I don't think this is going to be the week where I do that. Oh, and I would like to, I'm gonna book some appointments this week of things that I have, and I would like one of those. I don't need to go this month. I need to go in February, but just I know how busy all of the car mechanics have been, and it's been really hard to get appointments places, so I want to call this week and get a car appointment. Which actually, speaking of which, I also would like to call and book and get a hair appointment. So I'm going to put that up in the personal category, which again, you know, if they can take me soon, I'll go, but I just want to get it on the books because that's another one where it's been like occasionally, like it takes a month to get in or sometimes even longer. While I'm up here, I got a new habit that I want to try out. So I had put something in my monthly goals that was like taking stock of routines and areas where I could use more routine. And I like had intended to do like a whole sit down session and, you know, brainstorm my way through it. But I don't know why I always put I feel like I always put things like that in my goals. It's just like not how I operate. I'm more of a like fix things in the moment as things come up kind of a person. I'm not giving up on that. I still, you know, would like to take stock. It's just maybe not going to be an all at once sitting down, taking inventory of everything. It might be just like a little bit more piecemeal than that. But earlier this week, I woke up a bit early at like closer to 6:15, and the reason I did it was to film like our whole busy morning routine, like getting the kids ready for a TikTok. And even with like filming, which does slow me down a little bit, it was such a peaceful morning and it worked so well and it was so nice. So I would like to try and wake up at 6:15. It's only 15 minutes earlier than I previously tried to wake up, but I think that that is going to be maybe super helpful. So I'm going to put that in. Also, I'm just going to put in to remind myself to do the meal planning and update the freezer list. We just like bought a bunch of freezer veggies, and I also just feel like I haven't been super great about crossing off the meat as we use it lately. So I just want to take a quick freezer inventory. Usually by this point in the week, I've already done meal planning because I usually do it on Sundays as I'm unpacking the groceries. That's a really great way to meal plan. But because we're not going to do groceries until tomorrow because of the holiday, I won't do it till tomorrow, so I'm just gonna put it in. So that's it for personal, I think. Fun and recreation is gonna be weekend plans for next week. And my big kid has a play date tomorrow. That's also like a mom play date for me, if you will. So I'm gonna put that in. That's already scheduled. That was part of the scheduling of this weekend. And then the other thing that I wanna put in is I wanna just work on that ski list and shop for the supplies. And also maybe like start thinking about the birthday parties. Not gonna be anything major on that, but just it's on my mind. Maybe because we've had back-to-back weekends with multiple birthday parties. 2 routines, bringing back the timers, and then my whole bedtime routine thing, meaning the face washing and moisturizing and getting to bed at 10 p.m. Okay, so that is everything except for these 2 last categories, and these kind of are gonna go together this week. My overall theme, well, I guess I have like the kids' routines and stuff. That's not gonna change, you know, that still has to happen. And I just want to take a quick look at what else is going on. We just had the diving back into routine, spending time with my husband, volunteering. I shouldn't have really hardly anything for PTA this week. And the other thing was focusing on boundaries and overcommitting. But as you will see in 1 second, that might not be an option for this week. There's one little thing that I need to do for the PTA, just around like a charity event we have coming up later in the year. But basically we have a very close family member who's currently in the hospital, and I don't know exactly when they are going to be getting out and also what help they will need. Nothing life-threatening, but involving some broken bones, and I want to be available, and I am available to help out as needed. So things are going to have to be a little bit flexible this week. I'm just not sure exactly what's going to be going on. So I might even just write like be helpful and be flexible. And for me, just because it centers around like helping another person, it just splits the areas, the way I think of these categories, because I tend to think of family and relationships mostly as immediate family, although I do occasionally put friend stuff in here. And I tend to put like a lot of things around like the way I interact with my extended family. A lot of that ends up in this category. It just seems to fit there like naturally with the way I think about things. And like I focus a lot on mindset in this category, which is why I think this category is like ends up being somewhat family focused for me as well. So yeah, it feels strange to me to not put like anything in there for this week. I did just write it in the family and relationships, but I might just even just put out like to just help out as much as I can. I have a very flexible schedule. I only work super part-time. I'm not going into any offices or anything like that. So I can be flexible and I can be around and available to help. I am going to use this setup for this week because I would like to finish this up. So this is my reflections page. If you are new here and you don't know what this is the space where I started filling out things from last week, but this is a stencil from Amazon that has like 5 little rectangles on it that fits perfectly on this page. It's from an A5 bullet journal set. It is linked in my Amazon store. I get asked about this stencil quite frequently, and it's perfect for setting up my reflections page, which I do the same categories every week. They're written right across the top, but it's in super small print, so I doubt you can read that on the screen, but it just says wins, what's working, what's not working, lessons learned, and adjustments needed. And honestly, even though I have like a lot of other stuff going on and this is what I'd like to accomplish this week, like my #1 priority for the week is helping out where I'm needed and like where I can. So this is going to be a family focused week. And if I have to push off literally everything else on this list, that's what's going to happen. But it's good to have the list in case I am able to work on this, and I will be able to work on some of it either way. But like if I don't finish everything on the list, I am more than okay with that. I'm just going to prioritize within it. And yeah, this, the family stuff is the family stuff absolutely comes first. And if you don't know, what I've been doing so far this year is picking like one category or one area that I feel like is encompassing the overall week, or that is the focus of the week or the primary function of the week, and setting a weekly focus, even when I don't set individual focuses for each area, just like picking something that is the focused. I'm just gonna write in, as I just said, family first. And again, this is a family week. Okay, that is it for my weekly actions. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that off to the side. I am going to grab my daily duo here and plan for Monday before I do my weekly overview spread, because I don't think I will make it all the way through my weekly overview before I call it a night. So that way I will at least have Monday set up. So here is my sketch. Here's my super minimal spread from Saturday. Did those things, and I did actually film the first half of a memory spread, so I'm working on that. Oh, I did not do that. And then I kind of forgot that it was a long weekend. We did this stuff, but I kind of like forgot that it was a long weekend. So all this other stuff is gonna happen on Monday. So I love this peach color for January. I think it's so pretty, but I have just had the hardest time like matching this color, and I just don't feel like it goes with a lot of the washies that I want to use. Just had a little mishap with my white out there, but it just doesn't like match any of my winter washies, and I feel like it's more of a like summery color. But anyway, so I've started covering it on some days, which is totally fine. I have this new washi that I just got in the mail. I literally just filmed the haul for it. The haul will maybe be up by the time this video is up, but if not, it will be up super soon. And it's from Hello Petite Paper. This was from like the Black Friday releases, and I think it's so cute. Like, just look how cute that is. So I really want to use this week. We grabbed the Hello Petite stickers. This does not match the stickers that I'm using this week, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it in my daily duo. All right, so there is, as I mentioned, no school because of the holiday, which I will actually just go ahead and highlight up here for emphasis. I love that they're like printed in the like right above the date. I find that very convenient. And then I do actually have a video that went up tomorrow, which was just like a kind of memory planner, what's going on catch up. And then we need to do our Sunday usual on Monday, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in, except I did the laundry already, so I don't have to do that. So our tentative game plan here, again, this very in flux. The hospital thing just happened today, this evening. We just found out about it. So we had like a lot of plans already in place, and now they're a little bit in flux, but we are going to carry on as needed and change things up as needed, basically. So we are supposed to go to my dad's house in the morning. Oh man, that was just like so rough. Okay, so that is what's going on in the morning. We'll probably have lunch there, and then we need to come home for the baby's nap. Not because of her, but because my big kid has a play date. So I'm taking my big kid to this play date, and then my husband is gonna hang with my son, or at least that's the plan for now. So that is pretty much our game plan for the day. Then we've got like, you know, all of the usual stuff. Not gonna apply my 6:15 wake up call to days where there's no school. I'm gonna say that that is a school day routine, and if I feel like staying in bed until 6:30 on the weekends when I don't have to do like a million little tiny things to get everyone out the door, then that is absolutely fine. But that is what our day looks like. I want to actually set up this space a little bit. On Mondays, I usually like make a list of like pictures and reels that I'm planning to film and things like that for at least, if not the week, for like a couple of days. Okay, so that is my day for tomorrow. I will be back with this later. You will probably see me set up Tuesday, but I'm gonna pop this off to the side for a minute, and I'm just gonna take a look at my monthly planner here as part of my check-in process. I'm gonna put in the play date here, and then I have my date night that I booked, which is tentatively now tentatively scheduled for here, and then that may have to move because of the current family situation. And then I also have like a couple of dates of the girls' night floating around, but I think that's gonna be in February, so I am gonna not put anything in for either of those yet and just kind of see what happens. This one has been booked, and now I would like to try to remember which checklist I used in here, because that box looks super small, so I don't feel like it was that one. I must have been want to use the same one. All right, and then so that's the right color. Appointments with pink, and I want to put in to book my haircut. And I am doing this, so I've got a topic for the blog that I'm going to write. Okay, so that is it for this monthly. This is I've gotten a couple of things done off my monthly list here as well. And still not 100% sure what I'm going to do with all of the memory pieces here, but I don't have anything just yet there. I will check in with all of the social media stuff tomorrow or on Tuesday, and then you can see I've still got like my basement hot mess list over here, and then I started a ski one, and then I did just write in like a space to do some kids' birthday brainstorming, and then I am gonna just catch up on my line a day memory keeper. So that's it. I am caught up on my line a day memory keeper. And if you don't know a line a day memory keeper, I just write in one thing that happened every day or one sentence about every day, thought, anything really. And it's just a really easy form of memory keeping. It's a great place to start with memory keeping if you are new to that, because you only have to think of one thing for every day. And I've done this for a couple of years, and it's really, really fun to do and nice to look back on. So I'm going to scooch this to the side so that I can start on my weekly overview. Okay, so I'm just going to dive in. I've got a bunch of like markers picked out. I've got like a bunch of other random stickers, some stuff from Clever Out Crafts, some stuff from Lexi Kylie Designs. The kit is from Hello Petite Paper. It's just a single page. This was actually sent to me by mistake. I had ordered like a couple of different things from one kit, and this was included with my order by accident instead of another page. Vanessa's already fixed the problem. Her customer service is amazing, but in the meantime I do have this, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. And I think that these dates from Lexi Kylie Design actually match super, super well with this, so I want to use this as well. So I don't have as many journaling kit stickers as I would typically have when I use a journaling kit in here, but I also have just like a ton of washies pulled out, and I think we're just gonna have a really good time with this. Okay, so I know for sure I'm not going to need all of this space on Monday, just because it is the holiday and we're not going to be home very much, so it's not like I need to schedule in a bunch of things. I already did my daily duo spread for this day, so I'm not super stressed about that. I have a bunch of Simply Gilded washies pulled out here. I'm just going to get like a little bit experimental with some of this. Let's have some fun with it. I'm just waiting out the little heart really quick. So can mark the holiday and also mark that from that there is no school. I'm gonna save these boxes for my meal planning again, but again, I don't know what my meal plan is yet, so I'm not gonna put anything in there just yet. I've also got all these really fun swatches, like these swatches from Lexi Kylie Designs, and I actually have a couple of boxes as well from Sadie Stickers, just like a bunch of random stuff in here. So I am actually gonna go ahead and underneath this, I'm just gonna mark in. I don't do like scheduled playdates like this like all that super often, so I definitely want to highlight it because I want to do more of them. And then just marking down that we need to do our Sunday usual, but on a Monday. All right, so that is what Sunday looks like. On Wednesday, on Tuesday, first of all, I'm gonna grab one of these bows and pair that with a little transparent dot from the Giving Girl, and want to mark this is the day that the quarterly taxes are due. Super important. Just kind of putting in some stuff a little bit randomly as well too. The other thing that I should probably do on Tuesday is start my blog draft. On Wednesday, I have a call, my class at night, I mean. Oh, I also have my video on Monday. I might just squeeze that in here. I just want to put it because I don't want to forget to also put it on the Thursday. Save space for that down at the bottom of Thursday. And then also on Thursday, and we have piano lessons. And then I have another video. Okay, that's all of the firm plans I have that I know of right now. So before I put in some other like recurring tasks and stuff, I want to set up my sidebar at the bottom, and I'm going to do this the same way that I did like a couple of weeks ago, where I split like the task list into two and then just, you know, did the habits tracker as intended. So we can start with the habits tracker, and what I'm just going to do is I'm going to start with like the thing I want to focus on the most, and then work my way like down my list of habits that are ones that are specifically in my actions or ones that I'm constantly thinking of until I hit the bottom of the list, just for the sake of completion. When I like create these myself, I do tend to check less habits than when I use something where there's like a set number where I'll just use that. Okay, so I split this into like my regular task list, some things that need to be scheduled, like all of the things that I mentioned while I was walking through my weekly actions, and then in just like a little reminder. So with that in mind, let's swing back over to Wednesday, where we will be having a calendar session for sure. I will try and schedule all of that stuff on that Wednesday. So I'm probably gonna need to do some admin control on Tuesday. I usually do that on Monday. The Monday schedule, that probably won't happen. Also probably have like some kind of activity with the baby. I don't know what yet though, but I might just put in like a little swatch. And then we've got the draft to do on Wednesday. Okay, then depending on what I get done on Wednesday will depend on what Friday looks like. So I'm not gonna schedule in too much there. And we actually don't have any weekend plans this weekend, which I feel like that's the first time in a couple of weeks that that's happened. So I'm not gonna put anything in there either. I'm gonna stick that right there while it's in my hand. Thursday is still our takeout night. And then I'm just gonna stick some of this deco down. If you wanna see how this spread turns out, I will try and show it next week in my weekly planning video, but you can also follow me on Instagram, and I do always kind of show things. No, I don't want that there. I do always post pictures, etc. of my spreads. I'm gonna put down a little bit of washi too. I actually pulled a little bit of Galaxy washi out, and also this Wintry Scene washi. I don't know, I just thought that it was like kind of an off the beaten path pick, but that they worked pretty well together. Oh, except is that not, I don't remember which one I meant to use. I think it's not this one. I think this is not the one that I thought matched that well. No, I feel like neither of them match, so I think I'm gonna skip that. Oh, I didn't realize this frame was like cut out. That's really fun. I'm gonna put this on Saturday and then I can like put in some fun Saturday plan that we do. This floral is really big. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half and split it between 2 days because there's not a ton of deco here. I usually, when I have these kits, I have like two different, like a couple different pages. Like I'll have 2 sheets of journaling kits plus a floral or a deco add-on often, but I don't have that today. I don't use my planners a ton on the weekend, so I don't have a problem covering up a bunch of that space. Like I'm totally fine with a split weekend planner. Okay, so I think that's how I'm gonna leave it for right now, as in tonight, but I will be back tomorrow to plan for Tuesday and also to finish out a little bit more stuff in here, see how the day is going, see where my head is at, and also update my meal plan. So I will be back tomorrow. All right, it is now Monday night and I'm ready to get this all finished up just in time. We are ready to go back to school and work and all of the things. I do have my meal plan done now. So I am gonna first up put that in, and we had a really amazing dinner tonight. I just wanted to like cook something but not super like difficult. It had been a very long day, but my husband had actually ended up being at the hospital all day today. So that just kind of felt like a nice thing to do, and we're not sure exactly what's gonna happen. He might be working from home this week so that we can kind of go back and forth to the hospital or whatever we need to do. Things are very up in the air right now, so we don't have the full scope of information. That being said, I'm not going to do much more planning in here because of that until I like kind of know what's going on, but I did do the meal plan, so I will put that in. I just took a giant ham that we got when they were on big sale for Christmas and took it out of the freezer. It's going to take a couple of days to defrost though, so we will have that on Wednesday. Okay, so that is kind of all I know. I actually only planned Monday through Thursday rather than through Friday, which is honestly only Monday through Wednesday because on Thursdays we have takeout. But I do want to just put in like one last thing for Tuesday. Basically, I just need to try and get like as much as done tomorrow, and like just I'm really gonna try and very much front load my week. Because right now we're, you know, the relative is still in the hospital, but I have no idea what things are going to look like at the end of the week. And there's like a lot of uncertainty right now around what's going to happen in like the more medium term. So I just want to try and get as much done as possible in the beginning of the week. So I might even write that in. But before I do, I completely forgot because of the holiday to put in my regular work. So I need to put in that. So I'm going to put that in as well, which usually I do on Monday, but because of the holiday, it just kind of got pushed back a bit, which is normal. But we usually still try and publish on the day, just like a more compressed schedule. Yeah, so like usually I like bounce around between tasks and that kind of stuff, but this week I'm on like streams of tasks, like bounce between home stuff, work stuff, content stuff, kid stuff, like all just like kind of all over the place, and that's like my preferred method of doing things. But for this week I think I'm gonna have to just like work down a list in order of importance because I, you know, just the uncertainty around what will actually get done versus not. Okay, so that is it for the weekly overview. Let's finish up by doing my Tuesday spread, and I'm gonna try and go very quickly. So just putting in the morning stuff. I feel like I never use circles, but I'm gonna use them today. Honestly, generally speaking, I do really prefer the way that the squares look. I don't know why. Okay, so I'm gonna have the baby home with me, but I'm gonna need to like get some stuff done. So I'm gonna try and get like a bunch of stuff done in the morning. I mean, we'll see how much actually happens, but priority is obviously my work, and then get the ski list going. And we'll have some lunch, and then when the baby takes her nap, all right, I'm gonna give myself like a time limit to take care of like some content stuff. And then after that, I need to start on the writing piece that I have. And then I would very much like to have a TV night because we've been very busy. I also I'm supposed to do like a stretch break. So I'll put that in there, and then also I'll put one in. And in the morning I will set my timers, and also gotta check in with so there's a lot going on right now, obviously, and be a little bit emotional. So I think that at least for today, potentially for the whole week, I might do like a little journaling corner down here. Sometimes I like to have that right in my planner. It's just like a good little space. Obviously, if I need this space for like plans, I can do that. But if I don't, I have this nice little journaling area. All right, so that is it. That is Monday and Tuesday in my daily duo, and my weekly actions again, and then my weekly overview, or at least the beginning of it. We are keeping things a bit open and flexible this week, but that is what I have so far. Again, if you want to see the finished spread, I will try and show it in my next planning video, but also follow me on Instagram at MyCraftyPlans, and I will definitely show it off there. While you're over there, you can follow if you haven't already, plus check me out on TikTok, also at MyCraftyPlans. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.